this video, I'm going to be talking about the things that you need to build a successful website and what are the actually necessary tools that you're going to need. Particularly, this video is targeted to beginners or people who really don't know how to go about it but need some guidance, and this video is here to guide you. What is up, guys? Ahmad here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about a very important topic which I believe helped me a lot in the beginning. This is a guidance to a beginner's guide to website design and development. This video is not only for designers and developers only, but it's also for business owners out there who like to have much control and actually just need a little bit of information and education on this topic. So what exactly do you need to have a website? The first things first that you need before even thinking about a website is you need to have a brand. It is very important to have a brand because you cannot create a website if you do not have a brand. In fact, it is almost impossible to have a website that does not have a brand. What is a brand? A brand basically is for you to have a brand identity, logo design, color scheme, proper theme, imagery. All of these things should be taken into account if you want to have a successful website design. Once you have that sorted out, this is when now you can start looking at a domain. What is a domain? A domain is basically your name of your website. An example could be www.example.com or www.yourbusiness.co.za or .uk or .us or whatever country that you are from. Now, the domain that you're going to purchase is going to go in line with the type of company or industry that you are in. So for an example, if you are a design agency, you only offer your services to locally, right, in your country alone and not outside the country, then there are specific domains that you need. For example, in South Africa, we use www.yourbusiness.co.za. The ZA stands for South Africa. For UK, it's www.yourbusiness.co.uk. I think it's .uk. If I'm not mistaken. And they are the same for other countries as well, right? But if you are looking to go globally, and you're selling your brand not only limited to your country but also outside countries that are international international or globally, whatever it is, right? You get my point. You might need to consider getting both domains, a local one and a global one, or you can get a global one which is known as a .com domain. This fits well for companies who are selling online, informative companies, and things like that. And obviously it goes even deeper. If you are an organization, for example an NGO organization, then you might want to get a www.yourbusiness.org, and again this .org also has .org.uk, .org.za. It depends what it is for. There's also stuff for education like .edu. There's a lot of domains out there. Just get one that fits your industry and get the perfect one, because once you buy it once, you cannot go back again, right? The second thing, once you have the domain name, it's time for you to check. If you decide on the domain that you want, it's fine for you to check if that domain actually exists. If that domain exists, then it will be easier for you to actually purchase that domain. But if that domain does not exist and is already taken, then you might need to either inquire how to actually get access to that domain, or you might have to tweak your name here and there and find a different domain. Obviously, this will depend on the hosting that you chose. So a hosting is basically a company that's going to be hosting your domain on your behalf, and you're going to be purchasing the domain from them, and then they're going to you're going to manage your domain through them. Similar to when you're registering a business under the CIPC or the government or whatever it is, they are the ones who handle your business name, if I can put it in that way. Once you're done with that, then you move on to the second step. The second step is deciding how are you going to go about creating this website. So each and every hosting has a hosting package that they sell. So if you are going to be designing your website alone, then I will come to that point. But if you are going to design your website through a freelancer or an agency, then you might want to ask him or her or them to find out what's the best packages you should choose on your hosting provider. 80% of the time they're going to tell you that to buy a Linux hosting that has a cPanel. You don't need to know all of those stuff, but they know what it is. They'll just handle it for you, and you just tell them your vision and they'll bring the idea to your life. If you are the one who wants to design your website, then you're going to need to decide which platform that you're going to use. Either you're going to be using Shopify, or you're going to be using Webflow, or you're going to be using WordPress, or you're going to be using ShowIt, or you're going to be using Wix. There's a bunch of them. Choose one that works easy for you, that suits you, and that is easy to use and integrate with your domain. Most importantly, secure. For this example, I'm going to be talking about WordPress, right? So if you're going to be designing your website and developing it on WordPress, then you might want to get a hosting that has cPanel that allows you to install WordPress on it. Once you're done installing your WordPress, then that's when you can then start playing around with the website. There's a lot of tutorials online that you can watch. Let me know if you want me to add this as well, for you to actually design and develop your own website from scratch. But at the end of the day, remember that designing a website and website development, no matter what platform you use, needs experience. So the more you design and play around with it, you can get experience. But if you're not confident and want to save time, then you might consider hiring a professional to actually design and develop this for you to get the exact website and vision that you have in your mind. The fourth thing that you want to look at once having that is the website layout and structure, right? So this comes in a bulk. Before you do that, obviously you're going to have to look at things of like the content that's going to go on the website. You need to decide how many pages is going to be there on the website. What's the content going to be like? The images that are going to be there, are there any videos that are going to be there? All of these things, you need to know them beforehand, because that's going to guide you on how the website structure and layout is going to be. Once you have the structure and layout, this is when now you can move on into having a prototype design. Basically, it's a design before the actual live design and development of the website. So this way you don't go ahead and develop and design a whole website that you're not satisfied with, and then you have to start all over from scratch. So I definitely recommend for you to start in a prototype. If you do not know how to create a prototype, you can actually ask someone to design that for you. The most popular tools for designing a prototype website is you can use Canva if you're not experienced, but if you have some experience in designing, I recommend you use Adobe XD and popular Figma, right? And then then you try and create the same design on your actual live website once you're done with that. Once you're done with the prototype design, that's when you can actually go to the development and design of the website. And typically this is like the final stage. So you're going to try and create the website as close as it can be, or exactly as it is on the prototype. Once you actually done with that, you can finalize the website and test it out. In terms of inspiration, you can check on Pinterest, Dribble.com, Behance, and other websites for some inspiration. Search websites similar to your industry that will actually give you some guidance on how you can go about designing and developing your website. You can actually do the research on your own and send this also to a designer that is or developer that is doing this for you, or an agency that is working on your project. With all that being said, this is basically the guidance that you can go about designing your website. There's definitely more into this than just what I explained, but typically this is basically all what you need in bulk. I hope everything becomes easier for you. Share, like, comment if I left out anything, or if you think I should add anything next time. If you have a question, put it down below. If you have a recommendation, put it down below, and I'll make sure to try and answer it down, or make a video about it. As always, keep designing, keep developing. See you guys in the next video.